14. Because that makes sense. The general is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilbert and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, milady. General Aldin, I presume, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct you steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Oranger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you'll come with me, I've prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. I've spoken with Orianger Fielding Pro. He confirms the man's story. Raubon is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. We use those until we run out of those. Hopefully we don't run out of those. In the Waking Sands, yep.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
Prove it. Show her to me.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young man, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. It is my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Telechi for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
Did he, though?
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
The poison wasn't deadly.
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance? Of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say her grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck her grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something.
Does it?
And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana.
No, he just wants to incapacitate her and get Robon's arm ripped off and get the Scions turned into
I
pariahs.
had never
he's
taken
fine,
sides
though.
in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
Okay, Dulala.
As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Telechi Adelechi left behind.
But I want it.
You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
Are we trusting her? I'm not sure I trust her. I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved most prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Rawan, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. Couldn't have done it without you, Archon. Thank you. Do I want any of these? Really, but I guess we'll take the appropriate one. Jailbreak! Taro? Yes, General Robon is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Devonians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarp and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. Oh, Drop Dead Shiva. Haven't picked that one up. Shiva Extreme? Oh, and Whirl of a Time, so Leviathan too. O Lord of the Whirl, slain at thy hand, 'twas a deed both heroic and historic, a tale to be told down the ages. I fear, however, that the terror of the Indigo Deep did slumber but briefly in the ethereal sea. The Maelstrom hath assured me with unhappy certitude that Leviathan did thus stir from the abyss once more. Should this indeed prove the case, then we face a most troubling and chilling predicament. The Lord of the World is a voracious being. Not less than a treasure trove of crystals would serve to lure the entity back to our plane of existence. 'Tis folly, then, to believe the sea-bound beastmen could gather such a haul with such impossible alacrity. Sagin, I believe, have been entertaining ashen guests. A threat of unprecedented magnitude now loometh over Limsa Lominsa. Take thee the swiftest road to Maelstrom Command and offer thy stalwart service. Thy shining light must needs illuminate the ocean's darkened swell. By thy high deeds were the people of Carthus spared certain doom at the hands of a deiform entity. Yet, if the missive we have received from Lord Durlamont of House Durandare speaketh true, 'twould seem that hard-won respite hath come and gone. Recovered from her wounds, the Lady Iceheart hath rejoined the struggle against Ishgard. Worse, 'tis said that her disciples have already laid claim to a hoard of crystals. A hoard far exceeding the quantity that would recently wrestled from the caravans of House Forton. 'Tis all but certain that the heretic's mistress intendeth to call upon Saint Shiva once more. And so, once more, must Eorzea's blade of light be brought to bear against a primal. None save thee hath might enough to defeat such a foe. 'Tis for this reason that Lord Durlamont hath requested thy presence at Whitebrim Front. Pray thee hither with all haste. So, those are going to unlock Leviathan and Shiva Extreme. I'll progress those at another time. For now, we head back to Forton Manor. Oh, you have a new quest for me. And you have a new quest for me. Okay. Excuse me. You're not from around here, are you? I know this is sudden, but I have a favor to ask. Looking for someone to deliver a gift to a friend in Falcon's Nest. What is it? No, it's a surprise, so I can't really say. I just need you to deliver it, that's all. You can pick it up from the Knight of the Brush of the Forgotten Knight. You'll know him when you see him, and I'm sure he'll recognize you as well. And then you've got a quest. I look worried? Nonsense. Why would I have anything to be worried about? Okay, I guess there's no harm in telling you. Lord Abonolan requests I deliver a missive to Lady Lynette at the Rose House. Remember him specifically mentioning that failure would not be tolerated. It is a simple task, yet the thought of something going awry has my stomach in knots. I'm loath to thrust my duties upon another, but would you be willing to deliver this missive? I cannot afford to take chances. Surely a man of your talents can see the deed done without fail. Please, you're my only hope. Am I Obi-Wan? Ah, there you are. Sorry, cutting your reunion with General Alban short. Wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Turanian attack, and Lord Hoshfonto is desperate to get a hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. Yep, I'd like to go in. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Draenei are once more gathering for war. Master Shade, Master Levelier, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tatara contact you by the most direct means available. With the Observatorium's bells tolled is a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice. To remain in a besieged Ishgard, or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask you to make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Though we flee to the ends of the world, it would seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the Horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from the storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Archon? Let's go. Then fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandon our allies in their hour of need. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tatara should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us.